Improvements to synchronous design and tent management enables you to focus on your designs and less on the tool, resulting in accelerated modelling process and shorter time to market. Okay, let's have a look at this in some detail. I've got a part here, an interface adapter, that we want to edit and create some geometry on. Let's just zoom up a little bit. If I select this face and the synchronous part to make some modifications, what we see immediately is the new design intent relationship dialog box pop up. As we move the face, it shows us what design intent constraints it finds within the geometry. It says that there's a symmetric constraint and coplanar. I don't want the coplanar, so I'm just going to turn that off. So I just select it there and I'm just moving that face. But let's have a look at what else is available here. Click on the question mark, it brings up our in-context help. In this case I'm just going out to the internet to get it. You can set up for local. And we can also set up to view a video. Now it has sound, I'll turn the sound off, and it has closed captions. Either way, you can get a great deal of information from this. Quite a number of commands within Solid Edge have this facility, so it's worth taking a look at. Okay, what we want to do is just pull this all the way through, and I want to create a cutout in here too. So what we're going to do is use my pop-up menu to get a circle to draw on here, lock onto the plane, just find the center. It's there, just out to here will do. We know with Solid Edge, with synchronous design, we can extrude and cut. Quite straightforward. Again, applying features to design. I want to put some rounds on there, just little 0.5 millimeter rounds. It's as good as gold. Let's look at something else that's changed a little bit here. I'll just zoom in a little bit further and get what I want to select. There we go. Just want to select all the faces on that little block there. As we move that block, by default, just the block itself will move. All those features will move. It won't extend over the step. That's new for ST8, that behavior. If I change it to model priority, of course, it will extend the step out. We don't want to do that. We just want to move that out, I don't know, 5 millimeters or so will do. Okay. A couple of other things that we might want to do here to modify is I just want to rotate those faces around the center here. And again, we're seeing with our design intent, as I rotate it, zoom in a little bit, it's picking up the symmetric faces, but I know that there's parallel faces out here that I want to pick up as well. So I go to Advanced. Now this brings up our traditional design intent menu, and we can turn on our parallel faces here, and we get the parallel faces. So at any time you have full access to the whole richness of the design environment. Let's make that 4 degrees will be adequate. A couple of other things that we've got that are new, just while I'm thinking about it. If I go into line drawing environment, let's just get a line so I can see what I'm doing. That will do. Lock onto here. And what I want to do is create something relative to the center. And if I wanted to make a line that was symmetric about the center, what I'd have to do is draw a line and then place some constraints on it. But if we look down the bottom prompt menu now, and if I press the S key, I will produce a symmetric line. Let's make that 8 millimeters long. And place that. I want to bring up something up here to, let's say, 80 degrees will be fine. And we're going to make a little cutout in here. Now, the beauty of Solid Edge again is we don't need to close the profile here. We will find the region. It's bounded by an edge curve there, and I can cut that out or project that up. I just want to cut it down to this area here. Now another thing I might want to do is to create a line to create symmetry on the way through. So all I'm going to do here is to create a line again on the center. Just pick the center point here and use the symmetric key to draw my line. It's going to be symmetric. And in this case what I want to do is to just copy one of these holes down here. So we'll just copy that hole down onto this end, like so, and copy again, and copy that across to this end. Now when we get rid of the sketch, what we'll find is that the holes are symmetric, and they're symmetric not because of the sketch, they're symmetric because they are symmetric about the center of the part. Other things that we might want to do, if we select this hole here, we see it brings up aligned holes, so it will move those together. If I want to not have those acting as aligned, I can use a shortcut key, U for unaligned in this case, to turn that off. Turn it on again, and they all move together again. So you can see it gives you a great deal of flexibility, a great deal of power, and there's some new features in there that are going to make life quite easy. Just as a final note, if we want to select a great deal of geometry, just get a top view of this, and I want to pick up all my geometry on the inside there, I can turn off the design intent, because what I want to do is to rotate this. Okay, having selected all this geometry, we're going to place it, place the steering wheel on the center there to rotate it. I've turned off all the design intent, and all I'm doing is modifying those faces. Let's rotate them 45 degrees. And we can see that this gives us complete control over our part here.